Mr. Melvin Yong.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, I stand in support of the bill. According to the annual road traffic accident situation report issued by the Singapore Police Force, while there were fewer road traffic accidents in 2018, the number of fatal road accidents had increased when compared to 2017. The police also noted an increase in the number of drink driving accidents, as well as red light running violations and related accidents. These are serious traffic offences and are often the result of irresponsible driver behaviour. The proposed amendments to the Road Traffic Act are therefore timely, as the harsher punishments would help deter irresponsible driving. However, I'd like to provide additional suggestions to help make commuting on our roads safer. I support MHA's proposal to enhance criminal penalties to deter irresponsible driving, such as those who drink and drive. Drink driving incidents are preventable, 100%. We just simply don't drink and drive. And I believe that we can do more to deter people from driving under the influence of alcohol. Currently, the proposed measures in the bill only targets the driver. I propose that those who knowingly assist incidents of drink driving, such as handing a drunk person the keys to the car, should also be made culpable of aiding and abetting drink driving under the law. This would serve as both a legal deterrent as well as shape societal dynamics by making it a joint responsibility for others to stop someone from drink driving. Technology can also be a key enabler in preventing drink driving. Countries such as Australia, the Netherlands, and the United States have passed laws to mandate the installation of ignition interlock devices in vehicles of convicted drink driving offenders. Such drivers are required to take a breathalyzer test installed into the vehicle prior to being allowed to start their vehicles. Such devices would help lower incidents of drink driving, especially by repeat offenders. I would therefore like to suggest that we emulate this by mandating the installation of such ignition interlock devices for vehicles owned or driven by past drink driving offenders. Mr. Deputy Speaker, while I recognize that the intent of this bill is to tighten our regulatory regime to deter irresponsible driving, the truth of the matter is that raising penalties can only accomplish so much to prevent road accidents from happening. We need to go beyond our usual business as usual practices of raising penalties and conducting enforcement operations. I propose that we look at how to improve the safety of our roads through enhancing road infrastructure. An infrastructure enhancement that we can make is in the area of our traffic junctions. First, let us simply do away with discretionary right turns. Two high-profile accidents in 2018, one along Clementi Road and another at the junction of Jalan Anak Bukit and Jalan Jurong Kechil, which saw two separate fatalities, bring to mind the danger of discretionary right turns. In both cases, the drivers appeared to have had an error of judgment in making the right turn. Earlier, we have also heard similar cases by members Engineer Lee Bihua and Professor Lim San San. So I'm encouraged that there are plans to install more non-discretionary right turn arrows. I would like for us to go one step further and convert all right turn arrows into non-discretionary. This would certainly go a long way in making our roads a safer place. Second, we should include countdown timers at all traffic junctions. This is not my first time raising this, and I note that LTA, in their reply, said that they conducted a small-scale pilot at the junction of North Bridge Road and Rochor Road over a period of 6 months in 2003. In that pilot, LTA found that there were no significant improvements to road safety. But many countries have since implemented such countdown timers as they view that it improves road safety. In 2017, a study published by the Oregon State University had also found that such countdown timers lead to safer responses from drivers, as it reduces mistakes made in what is called the dilemma zone, which is the area in which a driver isn't sure whether to stop or keep going when the light turns yellow. We need to revisit the conclusion of the pilot trial that LTA had conducted over 15 years ago. I believe that the experiences of other countries are sound, and there is potential for such countdown timers to further reduce traffic accidents, given the increase in red light running violations. I hope that the traffic police and the LTA can conduct a new trial of traffic countdown timers. Perhaps the agencies can consider Orchard Road, which is within my constituency, which has many traffic junctions, at least 8, and which has significantly heavy traffic flow for this new trial. Mr. Deputy Speaker, statistics have also shown that cyclists, motorcyclists, and their pillion riders are most at risk of injury and fatality in the event of a traffic accident. We need to do more education to teach both cyclists and motorcyclists on the importance of defensive riding, as they are our most vulnerable group of road users. It is not unusual to see motorcyclists riding in between lanes, especially during peak hour traffic. Some would even maneuver at a fast speed, zigzagging across lanes and in between vehicles. This puts them at risk of being sideswiped by vehicles if they are in a blind spot. More needs to be done to educate our motorcyclists on the danger of riding between lanes. Correspondingly, we need to educate other drivers on the importance of checking their blind spots constantly before making a turn or making a lane change. Next, I'd like to make another pitch again to disallow cyclists from plying our bus lanes during operating hours. Many cyclists do not cycle in a single file, and even if some do, the bus lanes are simply not wide enough to provide a safety distance between the bus and the cyclist. Many bus drivers that I've spoken to tell me that it is very difficult to maneuver the big bus past a cyclist, more so if it's a group of cyclists. It is obvious that it is practically not possible to keep the bus within the bus lane and get past the cyclists. So let us therefore separate the big bus from the small bicycle before we end up with another tragic accident. Mr. Speaker, I support the need to enhance our regulatory regime against errant drivers and to deter irresponsible driving. However, we can only accomplish so much just by raising penalties. We need to go beyond our business-as-usual mentality and relook at some of our previously held assumptions and conclusions regarding road safety. I hope the agencies would consider my suggestions, which I believe would serve to further make our roads safer. With that, I support the bill.